So I've got an interesting one here, and this is right in our sweet spot. Are managers in your organisation expected to be coaches or just taskmasters? And I think we have that question a lot within the organisations that we work with, because a lot of organisations are really keen for their managers to be coaches, and a lot of their managers will be saying, actually, I am a coach, but when you look at the behaviours and the actual skills that are being deployed, they could be doing even more. Right? They could be doing even more listening, they could be asking more questions, they could be more empowering, they could be just providing a little bit more time and focus and empowerment to their teams. And often it's that sort of lack of intention that sort of is a bit of a challenge. Be providing the nudges as L&D providers or as L&D managers to give that permission to managers. What do you think?
Do they default to taskmasters or mentors, or in that moment it's just quicker to give someone the answer, isn't it? And we often have discussions about people are busy, and is it busyness over business, and is the easier thing just to jump in and do someone's job for them because we're busy? So that immediately puts you back into that taskmaster. So we know they should be coaching. I think they know they should be coaching, but how can they really develop that muscle to take that step back, pause, listen, don't jump in with the answer, and just give people that space to have a slightly longer conversation at times.
Where managers they're aware coaching is the right thing to do. It's, to help people develop and grow, but, they're under time pressure. They don't have enough resource or whatever it might be. So the easiest thing in their mind to do is, let me just tell them what to do and then I'll deal with it some other time. But that some other time doesn't always transpire. I find it really interesting when actually, if you sit back and think about it, the more time you spend at the beginning putting that effort in and doing that coaching actually will pay off for you in the long term. You just don't feel it in the short term because you have to put that time and effort in.
Coaching training for managers and leaders tends to be a skills build, and then people see it as an event. So I need to coach someone in a discrete moment, and I think there's a lot of noise around this at the moment. It needs to evolve into a coaching mindset, where it's coaching in the moment, it's deploying your coaching skills when it's tricky, when the headwinds are hitting around busyness. It's like, I'm going to ask a question instead of giving them the answer, rather than right, it's development time of year, I need to coach approach. It needs to become sort of something that we can instill in people's psyche, rather than wheel out this skill at the moments where it should be a coaching moment. I think it's got to evolve beyond that, and that's about psychological safety, I think. So I think the underpinning of a coaching culture, and as a manager being able to coach, is to be given the freedom to take the space to coach, to be able to be wrong, all those kind of things. So it's an interesting one. It's growing still as a desired skill, but I don't think anyone's talking as much about coaching mindset, which is a myth.
I think we need to go way earlier in the system. So if we think about it in the education system, we have teachers who are awesome, who tell, and young people are brought up to be told what to do, what to think, what to know, and then maybe they do tertiary education or apprenticeships, and they're told what to know and how to think and what to do, and then they get managed and they're told what to do and how to think.
Although, to build on that, I still think, and I think very much in the line of the sorts of discussions we have, there will always be moments that need to be taught. So the example that I give is doors to cross-check a manual. You want to make sure that that is taught, that is training. Teach me what to do, no room for error.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, once you've got that in place for whatever industry, for whatever skill, for whatever training you need to teach people, then you need to step back and think about, well, now what are the conversations that we can let somebody have that psychological safety, safe to fail. What do they think? Where does that curiosity come from? Where does that? But all too often, that word training just gets blurred into one big bucket, and we start to then say, well, no, hang on, I need to be coaching this moment, or I need to teach in this moment, or let's keep the training as the training. Let's teach people what they need to be taught, and then let's create that space around that for that whole development piece, that ongoing learning piece, that room for actual growth to come out of it.
Yeah, both are needed.